Welcome back to Grump's Barn for part 4 of this, which apparently is a masterclass of bodgery using substandard parts. According to some person on Facebook. Yeah, right. Apparently, yep, it's the worst sin in the world to fit a swivel seal by splitting it like that. Oh, and it's so dangerous. And apparently, this workmate is unsafe. It's not moving. No, it's not moving at all. Really unsafe to have such a heavy weight on it. Yeah. This workbench is over 30 years old. It's got much thicker, better wood on it than it originally had. I replaced that a long time ago. And it's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't have put the damn thing on there otherwise, because it would have been unsafe and it would have fallen off by now. And I've been beating the shit out of the thing with it on there and it hasn't moved. Well, there you go. Some people just love to criticise. And yes, as I did state, it was a bodge putting it on like that. But I also explained why I bodged it like that. Because I'm not taking everything apart on that. I've done enough extra jobs on this thing already without having all the extra work of taking that all apart and risking damaging the bloody bearings inside the stub axle. And anyway, my car, do it my way. And for me, that was the way to do it this particular time. However, when I do change the swivels eventually, which will be sometime in the next year or two, when I got some money to do it, so I'm going to have to replace both of them now because they're both pretty dodgy now, poor buggers, then I will be changing everything. And it will have new swivel seals put on properly, which will keep them happy. Along with all new bearings and everything else, and obviously new shims and whatever else it needs at the time. But yeah, for now this is the way it's getting done. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on back on with today. First things first, I'm going to have to measure up this tie rod against the new one and set the new one to the same length, so I can then fit that. So that will be the first job. Oh, second job, I forgot to put the cap back on here last time I was in, so I'm going to put some grease on there and put that back on. Back in a minute. Right, now I'm just about to fit these, and as you can see, I've given it a thorough coating with some nice nickel base anti-seizure coating, which will protect it from rotting up, hopefully, for as long as possible. Anti-seize is definitely the way to go with these, because, well, as everybody knows, they seize up pretty bloody rapidly. They rot solid. Where if you look at the old one, you'll see that is absolutely rotten solid in there. No way that's ever going to move. Maybe with a bit of, or a lot of heat, you know, melt the thing down, you might possibly get something to move, but no. So that's just been brushed over with a lot of anti-seize. You give it a bloody good chance of being able to be adjusted in the future. And I'll be doing the same with the other end in a moment. Well, there we go. That's both the ends on. This one was a complete bugger because whoever made this didn't actually cut the threads very well towards the back end of it. So it's been a complete twat to get in there. And I've had to screw it in and out quite a few times to loosen up the threads, because I haven't got a tap that size. And anyway, it's an old, I think it's a Whitworth thread in there. something like that. No, I can't deal with that. You don't have a tap for that. But they're in now. It's the same size as the other one, so the tracking should be approximately right. It just means that obviously before it goes back on the road completely, it will have to be taken to have its tracking done, because I don't have the facilities for that here. Only other thing to say is, if you're ever doing these, changing these ends, don't forget that when you come to doing your pinch bolt here, you've got to make sure that the clamp, well, this one isn't yet, I've got to turn it round, is over one of the slots. So the slot, hang on a minute, let's move it round. There we go, like that. The slot in the middle there should be right in the middle of that clamp. You have to make sure you do it like that, otherwise it will not clamp up properly and it won't hold. So make sure you do it like that. Listen to the master of bodgery. Right, I'm going to kind of fan over two and do these two up. I can then put them back on the axle. So there you go. That's now on and tightened up. If you see, I have moved the clamp across, so it's not right near the end. Obviously, that's not where you put it. So it's right in the middle of this, both ways. And you can see I've tightened it down, and this end has clamped right up solid. That end is still open, so that makes no odds. It clamps down, it's tightened that up. This will now not move. So it's now set. And all I'm going to do now is slather some anti-seize around this bolt and around these thread ends and things, just to stop it from rotting up too quickly. Then I'm going to do the other end. Get this one sorted out. There we go. Tie rod is now on and torqued down. Only pain in the backside was I did have to take off this guide, guide cum protector here. It just wouldn't go in otherwise. I did have to take that off quickly so I could get both ends in. And then whack it back on again. Not difficult, but there you go. There's two 15mm bolts under here. Right, now, next, I think I might sort out that steering arm. Have a good go at getting the end off it, once I've checked the length of it. Yeah, we're certainly getting there. This thing will be back on its wheels again soon. Now I can put the radius arms back on it and get them out of the bleeding way. And it won't be long before the whole lot will be sitting underneath the chassis. That's going to be fun moving that. But I will do it. Right, let's get on with this steering arm. Well, there we go. One steering rod done. Do exactly the same length as the old one. So hopefully, again, tracking won't be too bad. We shall see. Right, I can't put that on yet, but what I can do now is I need to replace the pinion oil seal. So I think that will be my next job. Beautiful sunny day today. Absolutely lovely. Very warm in these parts. It's at least 12 degrees. And that feels incredibly warm. Until when you acclimatise to somewhere. Right, let's get this bugger off now. 30mm, I think. Might not be. Might be smaller, I'm not sure. So we'll check. Right, well that's the seal replaced. But unfortunately, I got so carried away, I forgot to bloody film it. I don't know, what a pillock. What I did find is that I'm going to have to replace this soon. It's a bit worn. It'll do for now, but I will have to replace it. At the moment there's no way I can get hold of one. It's getting very, very hard. Whoops, nearly fell off my seat. It's getting very, very hard to get anything ordered at the minute. There's a lot of places are shut down. The only thing I will say about taking this off was, there's the old seal. Not too bad actually, it's a bit chewed up inside, but not bad. They are a bugger to get out. Very, very tightly in there. But with the aid of the trusty tool here, and a lot of bashing about, I managed to free it up. I had to lump the handle of that a few times gently until it eventually started letting go. And then to put the new one in, I used a trick that I'd seen Chris use, the old trailer fitter, where you put it in square, put the seal in square just slightly, put this back on and then wind it down, and it pushes it in nice and straight right in, and not quite all the way, but then to push the final bit in, obviously take this back off again. I use that just big enough. Oh, what size it is? Oh, 1.13", only just big enough. I use that to gently tap it in, final few mil. And now it's all there, all done. That's torqued up to 130 foot-pound, no foot-pound, 130 Newton meters, which is what, 90 something foot-pound, I think. But yeah, that's all done. Now all I've got to do, what have I got to do? I think I'll probably be taking this down off of here in a minute, putting the wheels back on for now. I can then fit the radius arms to it, ready for moving the chassis over here. It's going to be fun because I've got to move the chassis over to this side, and I've also got to move that back axle back there out of the way as well, so I can rip that apart and clean it up. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but it'll be fun, I'm sure. See, lockdown can be fun. Thankfully I've got nearly everything I need already, in the way of I've got all new nuts and bolts for everything. And yeah, I think a lot of them are substandard though, according to Matey the other day, because they came in blue bags. Even the genuine ones were in blue bags, some of them. Oh dear. Some people just haven't got the idea. Blue bag stuff, yes, it was absolutely rubbish at one time. Now it's better than it was, a lot better. There are still some bits I would never buy blue bag, especially things like braking stuff and that. But general stuff is actually not bad these days, most of it. So although yes, I do take the piss, it's not that bad. Certainly not substandard, most of it. Yes, some of it maybe. But unfortunately, a lot of it is only substandard in the same way that every bloody thing you buy nowadays is substandard to a degree. You'll notice that on here, these rubber covers on here, they're completely bloody useless these days. They don't last 5 minutes. They're made out of cheese, I think. Whereas you can now buy better ones. I only found out this the other day actually from Nigel's fingers. Get that out of the way, there we go. Nigel on Nigel's Land Rover. What is it, Nigel? Oh, I don't know, I'll put a link down to it down below. He was talking about it the other day about he's managed to get some far better ones from Win Lewis, I think, that will last a hell of a lot longer than these crappy ones that you get nowadays. I'm not too bothered about these. If they break down within this short time, I'll just replace them. It's so bloody cheap to do anyway. And I actually do have a whole load of rubber boots like this. Got a whole stock of them somewhere. So I can just change them. They're older ones anyway. I've only just remembered I've got them. I don't know where the hell I put them, but I've got them somewhere. I bought a load a while back. And they're far, far better quality than these modern things, but there you go. Anyway, time to get back on with this and get it off this very unsafe workbench. Yeah, really unsafe. Really moving about, yeah. Right. I don't know. Some people don't know they're born. Right. Let's get this bloody thing moved. Just a quick thing before I forget. I've just put these nuts and bolts in here because I'm putting all new bolts on for the prop shafts. If you do buy a pack of these, oh yes, look, they're blue bag too. OEM. And they're in a blue bag. Terrible. Right, anyway, enough of that. I must stop that. If you get a full set for the front, then be aware that not all these are the same. These longer bolts go at the handbrake end. Now that's for the back one. Not for the front one. Sorry, I'm telling a lie. This is for the back one. You get longer bolts that go at the handbrake end and shorter bolts for the other ones. Yeah, my brain's out of gear now. I keep seeing this blue bag and going into a panic that I'm fitting substandard parts again. Yes, I must give up on that one. Flogging a dead horse, I think is the word. Or the expression. Right, now let's get this bloody thing lifted before I forget. There we are. Finally back on the ground with the wheels temporarily on. I need to take those off and clean them up and repaint them anyway at some point before it goes back on the road. Yep, we're nearly there. All I've got to do now, put on the spring seats. I'll add the radius arms. And that should do for now. Oh, and I've also got to, I keep forgetting I've got the panhard rod over there, which I've got to clean up and put new bushes in. That won't take much doing. Might repaint it, might not. It doesn't look too bad actually. We shall see. Anyway, we're nearly there. Yep, I think that'll do for today. Well, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Don't get too bored. Although I've probably bored you to death watching this, but there you go. You take care. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.